guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. I've never said that. Hey, I haven't filmed a video in... I'm gonna read your book. Okay, read your book in my lap. You'll see him in a hot second. He's just right here. I haven't filmed a video in... I think it's like 7 months. Brown bear, what do you see? I just wanted to update you on everything. I've gotten a lot of comments on his 10-month update. And so I was like, you know, I haven't done an update since he was like less than 1. I don't think I did a 2 or anything. He's now officially 3.5 years old, so it's supposed to be his 3-year update, but he turned 3.5 on the 26th. If we look a little scraggly, I'm in the Midwest, and it has been snow central for a week now. He has had 1 day out of the last week and a half he's been in school, which is like crazy because he goes 4 days a week typically. So he's in his PJs because it's freezing, and we live in an apartment where I have like this closet where the water heater sits, and then the door like opposite of each other, so like air just crazy flows through. So I keep him in his like warm sleepers because it keeps him warm. Anyways, I was saying it gets really cold, so don't mind that he's in a sleeper. It just is what it is. It's not that I don't like to get him dressed, it's just that we're sitting at home all day, and I'd rather him not be in sweats and socks because he pulls his socks off and his feet get cold and then he gets sick, and it's a whole thing. Shouldn't have to explain myself, but I'm putting it out there. Life for him has been crazy. He's 3.5 years old. Yeah. Can we kiss? Hey! Can I have a kiss? Hey, can I have a kiss? Alright, sit down. We're in school, full-time for preschool. That's how preschool works here. He's 3 years old, like I mentioned. I don't know why I'm repeating myself so much. He's a 3-year-old preschool, I guess is what I'm really trying to say. He goes 4 days a week, 3 hours a day, and he sees a speech pathologist or therapist, or I'm not sure what exactly she's called, in school, and then his teacher is dual certified with regular teaching and special ed teaching. I don't really like to call it that, but it is what it is. He's in a regular class with regular students. I think there's 1 or 2 other autistic kids. He is the only one that doesn't speak. He still is not speaking. He's definitely babbling a lot more of word-like babbles is the best way I know how to describe it. It's not just like da 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 da. He does say mama now, so woohoo on that. He didn't say that for a really long time. He does use a couple other consonants and vowels, which is amazing. So I guess this is kind of like a 3.5-year-old update as well as a autism update, because it goes hand in hand for him. He weighs 40 pounds. Trust me, I could feel it. He is like, I don't remember what they said. He's like 3'2" or 3'3". By weight, he's overweight, but I mean, I don't feel like he's that big. His head's pretty big. It's probably holding some of that weight in there, isn't it? Isn't it? No? He is shaking his head no more. It's not necessarily always at the right convenient time, but I mean, he's getting it down. We are trying to... Okay. He does do stemming is what I think that's called, where he kind of like regulates his sensory by like jumping or waving his arms. Those are the 2 things he does do. We're still into books like crazy. I would show you my living room right now, but it's embarrassing because there's just everything is everywhere. He has a crazy amount of books that we should probably dwindle down because he really doesn't need 90 books. No lie, probably he has at least 90 books. Mama, you guys heard it? Yeah, mama. Yeah. Oh, he is still into toys that light up and yay! He's as sassy as ever. I feel like he's definitely getting more of a personality, like a little kid personality, and not so much. I feel like I feel like he had kind of, I don't like to say it like this is the only way I know how to describe it. He had more of like a baby-like personality. He's probably in like the 6-month range. His teacher said, cognitively and stuff, I guess is how you would say it. And I feel like he's getting way more of a personality. Like, trust me, you know when he's angry, he'll grab you and he'll like make it known. Yeah. And we're working on a couple things. We're working on feeding ourselves. Okay, let's not pull mommy's. Okay. Giddy up, we're working on feeding ourselves. We did really well last night. We don't do well some days. It's like a hit or miss, but we're working on it. We're working on we're working on him. So for I don't know how long you guys have been around, but we did do some like early childhood therapy like before 3 that is like typically free by your state, and we worked with the autism group in that childhood, that early child therapy. I don't know exactly what it's called. So yeah, we worked with the autism group, and I think we broke a lot of barriers with them, but then we hit a plateau. So before, if he wanted something, it was literally a big guessing game of what do you want? Like when they're a baby, but they're a full-size kid, they're 2 years old, and it's a little harder when you play the guessing game when they're not a baby. When you make too much noise, or I think sometimes when he gets when he gets really overwhelmed by a situation. In 5 minutes, mommy, wrap it up. Oh, thank you. He likes when I whisper in his ear. That's why he does that. He's always happy, I will say. I very much lucked out. He has his moments where I can get frustrated. Oh, you... No. Stop. Bentley, let go. Oh, thank you. Oh. He just wanted me to whisper in his ear. I thought he was giving me a hug. Very sensitive, and it'll cover his ears, and that's his way of kind of like regulating. Sleep-wise, I wanted to point that out. We're doing very good. We're still taking a nap because otherwise mama gets nothing done, and he still sleeps fine. Still goes to bed at 8 p.m. Wakes up probably about, he's an early riser, so he wakes up between like 6 and 7. Yay! And so he'll do stuff like that where like I feel like he's really, I feel like he's saying what I'm saying, and he's like mimicking. You're so excited, but I don't really I don't know for sure. He actually does really good. He knows when it's time to eat, it's time to eat. Sometimes though, it makes me feel really bad, but sometimes we do have to like, I don't want to say it like force, but really make him eat that first bite. Do we do that? No. Sit down. Can we sit down? Thank you. How you say thank you? You say thank you. Thank you. Good job. A lot of these things, I could clearly tell they're autism, but then there are some that it's like, I don't know. He still doesn't take any medication. I refuse actually to give him medication. We went to go visit a doctor. We had an old doctor, I guess I won't say his name, but it was a guy doctor, but it was 20 minutes away from here, all the way across town, which doesn't seem like much, but I didn't really like the clinic anyway, and I felt like it was a little so I switched to one closer to here, which is literally like up the road 2 minutes from my house. So we switched to there and we found a doctor. I was like, okay, cool. I just picked one. I mean, I looked over their profiles, but I just picked one. We got in, and I was just like, I was floored by how Oh, did he give you daddy hug? Did he give her? You're reading a book? It was so, I feel like it was so disrespectful. Sharing, we are working on it is the best I could say. It's hard because I know he doesn't understand what sharing is. You have to think about it like this, guys, because I mean, it was really, okay, you want to go on the, you want to go? Okay. You go. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. When you are 3, you typically know a lot more things. You have to understand, and like it took me a while to really get this until my teacher, his teacher, kind of like my teacher, broke it down for me. You have to really look at him like he's not 3, that he's 6 months old. And it can be hard, like it can be very rough. He's just running back and forth now. It can be rough because he's 3 and he's in a 3-year-old's body, 3.5-year-old's body, and he can get into stuff that you couldn't get into at 6 months old. So imagine you're 6-month-old, curious as ever, probably starting to crawl and get into stuff. Imagine if they were the size of a 3.5-year-old and they could reach and actually get into stuff. So that's been a difficult process, but that's been like, that has been an eye-opener for me because I always knew like he didn't understand like a regular 3-year-old did, but explaining like he's in the mindset of a 6-month-old, not a 3.5-year-old, I think it's helped me raise him a bit better. It's helped me emotionally a bit better. Yeah. Try to think. I think that's all. I mean, if you guys have any questions that I may not have included that you may wonder what's going on, leave them in a comment below. I guess, I mean, he is autistic. We still don't know the severity of it because he's still so young. Or, I mean, language plays such a big factor in finding the severity of autism. And because he's still so young and because we're still learning, it's out there. But he's doing great in school. They're doing something they call the PEC system, where there's like a picture of something and he's handing it to them for something that he wants. So there's a picture of a book and he hands it to the speech pathologist, and then the speech pathologist gives him the book. We're making sure he taps our shoulder, or we're making him do the tapping. We look at him, we say his name so he realizes. You say it like a question, you know, like Bentley, and then help, and then we're working on that so he doesn't just shove stuff in your face. I totally don't think I finished that thought earlier. Wow, I'm gonna edit this and be like, seriously? I don't think I finished that thought where what I was saying was that he didn't even used to, or I finished it a little. He used to, we just used to guess what he wanted. Then eventually he actually started handing us things. And that was like a big thing. He would bring us his cup if he wanted something. He didn't bring us anything for food because, I mean, the kitchen's blocked off. But he would bring us a toy if he wants it on. And that was an amazing step. But now we're pulling away, and now that he does that, we've got to learn a new skill. So that's kind of where we're at. As for like recreational things, he loves Trolls. Big Hero 6 is one of his favorites. What else does he like? He likes Inside Out a lot. Those 3 movies are like his 3 big movies, and I bought them all over the course of his birthday last year and Christmas. He got Big Hero 6. That's it for Bentley's update. Sorry if it's a little long and a little chatty. I think that's normally how I am in general. But thank you guys so much for watching. And you want to come say goodbye? Alright. We will see you later, alligator.